Welcome to the Synergistic CX Podcast here on the CX channel where CX professionals converge. I'm your host, Eric Brooks, and with me today are my fellow members of the CX channel team, Emil Sankov and Chris Oliveira. And today is a very special episode as we're recording in person on site from the MSPA Europe Africa Conference in Spain in the beautiful city of Alicante. With us today, we also have Julie Anthony, founder and CEO of Shoppers Confidential. Julie is an expert in mystery shopping and market research. Julie, welcome to the CX channel.
Thank you.
And the Synergistic CX Podcast. We are very excited to have you today, and our community is thrilled to hear from you and your insights. Before we get into this episode's topics, could you share a bit about yourself and your company, Shoppers Confidential?
Sure. Well, thank you, first of all, for having me. So, as you mentioned, I'm founder of Shoppers Confidential. We just turned 21 years old in March. We're based in Canada. However, we work in the US as well. So we might get into Mexico soon, but we're not there yet. But right now we do all of Canada, all of the US, and we're in Spain today collaborating with international partners and making connections that way. Also, we're industry agnostic, so we work with every industry out there. You name it, we're doing it, we've done it. So we are experts in getting the data our clients need and help them action to improve their bottom line.
Fantastic. Today we'll be looking at our latest CX study using aspect-based sentiment analysis, also known as ABSA for short, to understand what customers are saying about their experiences. Over the past 2 years, we've analyzed online customer reviews across various industries, from retail and gas stations to bars and banks. With each podcast, we focus on a specific industry, first looking at the surface metrics of a large amount of customer feedback, and we then dig deeper to uncover the exact moments that shape customer trust and loyalty. This month, we're examining the industry of car parts and accessories, a highly practical and trust-sensitive environment for customer experience. At this point, I'll hand over to Emil to walk us through our industry study sample and what that data reveals.
Thank you, Eric. So to get a better understanding about the car parts and accessories micro industry, we have created a sample of 2,300 locations across the world, and we have extracted a little bit over 27,000 online reviews. This gives us confidence level of 99.5% with a margin of error of 2.5%. So we are certain in the outcomes that we will find here. The sample is well balanced across the Americas, Europe, Middle East, and Asia, and APAC, with a little bit of a skew towards the Americas. What we are doing here is we're taking the online reviews, extracting the aspects from those. One review may have multiple aspects. These are the topics that the reviewers are talking about, and we're analyzing sentiment based on these reviews and creating the customer journey and the marketing mix. First off, we're going to start with the star ratings, and as we can see here, the overwhelming majority or 3/4 of the star ratings are concentrated into 5 stars, which shows a very positive overall experience. APAC is trailing with approximately 10 percentage points, and we can see that this shows in the 1-star rating where actually they do go ahead there. So we do see a consistency in the Americas and Europe, Middle East, and Asia with a trailing in the APAC reviews.
Julie, the overall ratings look positive, but as we know, these higher ratings can still hide a lot of details under the surface. Based on your experience, what type of details are typically hidden by these types of online ratings?
Well, first of all, the ratings are very vague. You don't know what you're doing good. If it's a 4.6 rating, what is specifically good, right? So you want to be able to duplicate a good score. However, and mystery shopping will complement the online review, so you can actually dive into it and identify trends and inconsistencies, and action what needs to be actioned, or duplicate what you're doing well.
Mm-hmm. So it helps you get that consistency.
Absolutely, and the visibility from head office to understand and how to coach their management to then coach the frontline staff.
Excellent.
All right, let's dive into the response time. And what we're seeing here is what we call the critical review response time. These are the reviews scoring with 1 or 2 stars. And what we're seeing is the distribution of the time it takes the brand to respond to these critical reviews. The global picture is about 71% of the critical reviews never get responded, 25% get responded within 24 hours, which from what we have seen in comparison with some other industries, this is actually quite good. Now, when we dive into the regional response times, what we see is significant inconsistency, and we have never seen such inconsistency before. In Americas, we see that close to 40% of the critical reviews are being responded within 24 hours, whereas in APAC, only 7% of those are being responded. So it's a big difference. We have never seen such inconsistency in any of the other micro industry that we have surveyed before.
So Julie, here we're dealing a lot of times with online reviews. We're dealing with complaints, as we saw with those 1-star reviews. Based on your experience, how can mystery shopping in particular be used to help evaluate that complaint management?
Well, the beauty of mystery shopping is we can set it up to sending mystery shoppers to make a complaint, and then therefore the clients or the head office will see how fast they're responding, and then they can understand what to do differently going forward.
Excellent.
And with this, we're moving on to the marketing mix. So let me explain what we are doing here. We took the aspects from the online reviews, and each aspect was associated with one of the P's from the 7P marketing mix: product, place, price, promotion, people, process, and physical evidence. And what we can see here, again, for the first time since we have been doing this, is an overwhelming majority of topics discussed in the people. So 52% of the topics discussed gravitate around people, and then we have process and product trailing with on average 15% each, which makes the majority of the conversations, more than 84% of the conversations, centered around people, process, and product. Diving deeper into the marketing mix elements and looking into the features, we actually see that staff attitude gets the overwhelming majority of the people element, with almost 34% of all aspects centered around it. And it's a very, very prevalent topic. And the next 4 topics of importance are staff expertise and knowledge, with 9% of the conversations, customer support and customer fulfillment with 6 and 5% almost, and quality of product and service with 6% on average. So the conclusion here is people, overwhelming majority, staff attitude, overwhelming majority within people, and generally speaking, 1/3 of all conversations are centered around attitude. Moving on to the customer experiences within the context of the marketing mix, people, process, and product in total generate 85% of all critical feedback, with people alone concentrating 43% of it. Derek, back to you.
Thank you, Emil. This is the end of part 1 of our 3-part episode here on the Synergistic CX Podcast. In the next segment, we will explore more details of our study and discuss the customer journey map and the key touch points that drive loyalty of customers in the industry of car parts and accessories. Remember that you can always find the full details of our industry study for free on our website, cx-channel.com. And you can also follow the CX channel on LinkedIn, YouTube, or whatever social media platform you use. Be sure to press that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss our next episode.